National Sports Commission recently conducted elections across 18 federations, resulting in a new president and board members being inaugurated at the Moshood Abiola Stadium. The leaders emphasized the need for accountability and transparency, as these individuals will be tasked with growing their respective federations to expand beyond existing limits. So, Mike, we have new presidents, in the different federations, as it stands. What should they look at this point in time? We're talking about Nigerian Sporting Federation, to improve, develop, get sponsorship, involve in grassroots, sport development and all of that. Now is a new regime to say, another moment, to ride, as a stand. What is your expectation, talking about the, election being done and the new president we now have and the different expectation? What are your expectations from them?
First off, there must be unity. All right, that is the first point to start, because some of these federations, we've seen, bitter rivalry within the house. We've seen, dissenting opinions, all right, from members that have made it very difficult for, the federation to work effectively. So for me, I think first off, there must be unity, because if they are not united, then there is this tendency that the house that is divided against itself by the popular scripture will certainly not stand. So for me, first off, there must be unity. As new president emerges in different sporting federations, I expect the new president to, of course, bring all together to one round table, let them douse whatever tension that some have been holding in the past against one another, because that is the only way forward. If they are not united, then I can still tell you that those that I feel aggrieved within can also be working against the new president, not to actualize some of the lofty ideas that he or she might have in stock. So first off, unity of purpose is key for we to take the next step in our sporting development. And then again, you see, building up to some of this election, there were accusations and counter accusations from some members, in quotes, that certain persons tried to influence the outcome of such an election. So if you step into office as a new president and you don't take cognizance, you don't pay detailed attention for you to reconcile, and extend the olive branch to other persons that feel aggrieved prior to the election, and you just think that now, oh, you are the boss, therefore you call the big shot, you can just give directives and you expect it to be carried out to the letter. No, humans are human. The way and manner humans are tailored, the way they function is quite different, and that is why humans are somehow complicated. You must tread with caution for you to bring all in board for we to have a very successful administration. So I think that is the first point. Then second point, after bringing everybody on a certain one trajectory movement, then you get to also seek their opinions on how to chart a way forward for the federation, because that you are the boss of such a federation doesn't mean that you are indeed the iota of knowledge. Knowledge begins and ends with you. There are other things that other floor members or members of the board know that you might not be privy to. So first off, after bringing all to one table, seek for their opinions, seek for their ideas. Let each and everyone bring their ideas to the table. Then you can also cross-pollinate those ideas and add the one that you feel should be added and subtract some. That is how a leader does. And by so doing, you see that everybody will be happy, willingly working for the federation to achieve a successful, things within the federation. So for me, after that, then there is nowhere to start a positive life as a new president than to go back to the grassroots. All right. We keep talking about the grassroots. Grassroots is not just talking it or saying it on the media, on the pages of newspaper. There must be a realistic steps moved by each federation's presidents to go down to the grassroots, right from the primary school levels. I remember the days where, we're still growing up. You see school, primary and secondary school sports festival that year was something, huge, that when you get to that time, students are always very excited. Why? Because there is a school sports festival. And from there, and then you get to see some person from sport ministries coming to watch some of those primary and secondary school games. And that is how they get to pick some of the talents that they see potentials in them, and probably take care of them and start training them until they get to a stage where we can say, okay, these ones are fully fit to be incorporated or integrated into the senior level. That is the way to go. Because this fire brigade approach of we always relying on an already made is not helping us at all. It has made us to lose focus about the local breed, the local talents that we have here. All that we do these days in the world of basketball, football, or any other sporting federation is that we just sit back and wait for a Nigerian who has, or wait for a sportsman who has a Nigerian roof, a basin outside, to say, okay, he or she is doing fine. Let we go and, talk to the person, or maybe the parent of such person, so that he or she can think of switching allegiance to Nigeria. This is what we do these days, and it is not working. All right, so there must be a deliberate step and plan towards going back to the grassroots and try to catch them young. And by so doing, I think the sporting ecosystem can get back to where we can boldly say, yes, we are ready to compete against the rest of the world.
All right, let's say it goes is a new dawn, and we look forward to see what the president they will do this time around. We look forward to see something huge coming from them. Malam Shehu Diko, chairman of the National Sports Commission, congratulated the newly elected members on being chosen by their peers, stakeholders, and the nation. He highlighted that the election is a responsibility call to service, innovation, and economic contributions through sports. The chairman further emphasized the need for collaboration among all stakeholders, including athletes, coaches, officials, and administrators, as well as unity within the federation under this new agenda. Diko emphasized that responsibility is not only ceremonial, but expected to be active, innovative, and result-driven leaders who will translate investments into tangible outcomes such as competitive athletes, good governance, capacity building, resource mobilization, infrastructure utilization, youth and grassroots engagements, integrity, and anti-doping. So we'll see how all of this, of course, will pan out. We wish the new president the best of luck and see what they bring to the table at the end of the day.